Good morning, and welcome to your morning cereal.
Okay, good morning and welcome to Monday. Now, I hope your first weekend in the month of October, I hope it treated you well. I don't know, maybe you got some Halloween decorations out, or maybe you were at the football game or at the soccer or at the volleyball games. Whatever it was, I hope you had a good time. And now that your coach is done yelling at your kids or at you, we should celebrate them. Today is National Coaches Day, honoring those mentors who push, inspire, and, well, they sometimes yell us into becoming better versions of ourselves. At least that's what they want us to believe. Well, our quote is from Hall of Fame coach whom I met just a couple years ago, Bill Self, who said, quote, "Life is like basketball. It takes guts to shoot," end quote. And coaches, like life, they're not there to make things easy. They're there to make us stronger and instill confidence in ourselves. So take the shot. All right, well, today's news, facts, and birthdays are for October 6th. And we're going to start back in 1956. That's when scientist Albert Sabin, he announced that his oral polio vaccine was ready for testing. And it would soon supplant Jonas Salk's vaccine in many parts of the world. So just so you know, polio cases in 1955, which were prior to the vaccine, in the US were almost 29,000 cases. And following the vaccine, polio cases plunged until it was completely eradicated. Vaccines, who would have thought? All right, well, in 1987 on this date, that's when George Michael, he released his single, Faith, and it became the Billboard Song of the Year in 1988. Then in 1995, we talked about this last week, O.J. Simpson's civil trial. Well, it opened today, just a few days after his criminal acquittal. And then finally in 2023, that's American Simone Biles. She won the all-around gold at the World Champions in Antwerp, Belgium. And she became the most decorated gymnast ever with 34 world and Olympic medals. Well, happy birthday to you. Today is your birthday. You share a birthday with actress Olivia Thirlby. She's 38. Actor from the Fantastic Four, Ian Gruffudd. He's 51 today. And Elizabeth Shue, the actress from Adventures in Babysitting, Cocktail, Karate Kid, Back to the Future. She was in everything in the 80s and the 90s. She's 62 today. Does that make anybody else feel old, or is it just me? Well, let's stay in the 80s. We're going to go to the number one song on this day in 1987 was "Didn't We Almost Have It All" by Whitney Houston. Now, this soaring ballad, it became Whitney's fifth consecutive number one single. That was a record at the time, and it was showcasing the unmatched vocal power that made Houston legendary. Man, I miss new music from Whitney. Well, just like a coach reminds us, our biggest opponent is often ourselves. Now, Robbins unpacks what we're actually controlling in her book, The Let Them Theory. Here, Robbins digs deeper into the psychology behind control. She explains that our attempts to manage others usually mask something internal, whether it's a fear or an insecurity or an anxiety. When someone cancels plans, we're not just upset about the inconvenience, we're afraid of rejection, the rejection of it. Now, when a child makes a choice that we don't like, we're not just worried about them, we're also a little anxious about losing influence. Robbins writes, quote, "The need to control is rarely about the other person. It's almost always about soothing your own discomfort," end quote. Now, once you realize this, you stop fighting the wrong battle. The person isn't the problem, it's your fear. Your fear is the problem. And she encourages self-reflection. Ask yourself, what am I really afraid of here? Now, this question reveals that the urge to control is often about calming ourselves. Instead of pushing harder on others, Robbins urges us to comfort ourselves through healthier means, being mindfulness, breathing, boundaries, or action steps that are within our power. She emphasizes that trying to control others not only fails, it damages relationships. Real connection requires freedom, not force. So letting people be who they are allows authentic bonds to form. Okay, here is your Monday takeaway. Control is usually self-soothing in disguise. So when you release it, you don't just free others, you free yourself. So today, give your coach an extra hard high five, let go of control, embrace growth, and move forward. Hey, thanks for starting your week with Morning Cereal. We will see you back here tomorrow, and as always, have a fantastic day. Don't forget to follow and subscribe to the Morning Cereal podcast on the One Life Live It channel. You can find more episodes and videos by visiting our YouTube channel and the website at Sean Inglis and at SeanInglis.com, where you can also follow our other podcasts, the Mr. and Mrs. Inglis podcast and the Life Happens podcast. In these other podcasts, we'll dive deeper into everyday issues, self-improvement and well-being, business and finance, and we welcome special guests too. So join us. It'll be a good time, I promise. Thanks again for listening. Have a fantastic day, and we'll see you tomorrow.